Hi, I'm Kelsey from roughandtumblefarmhouse.com, and today we are going to be making a delicious goat's milk caramel sauce called cajeta. To make this recipe, you will need 3 quarts of goat's milk, 3 cups of sugar, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, and a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. First, we're going to add about 1 cup of milk to a stock pot, and then we are going to dissolve our baking soda and our cornstarch into the milk. Make sure it's all dissolved, you don't have any lumps or anything, and then we're going to add in the rest of the milk and all of the sugar. We're going to bring the mixture up to a boil on the stove, somewhere over medium heat, and we want to be stirring almost constantly to prevent any sort of scorching on the bottom. So it needs to be pretty frequent stirring. We're talking multiple times in a 5-minute window. So now that I've got a really good simmer going here, I've lowered the heat down to right around medium, and this is where we're going to stay, just stirring pretty frequently for about 45 minutes, though it can take longer. So just stick around your kitchen and be ready to stir if you need to. As the milk starts to get closer to actually caramelizing, it's gonna foam up a lot more, like you can see here. I haven't changed the heat at all, but all of a sudden we're really getting a lot of thick foam. So that means that we are getting closer here to the caramelized state, which is exciting because it has been just a little over an hour of heating the milk. As we get closer to the end here of getting finished, you will have to stir more frequently or you're gonna start to get some burning. So towards the end, you can maybe hear it kind of hissing and bubbling. You can see it really starting to get dark. We have to keep stirring or we will get burned. All right, so I have gotten this to about the thickness that I want it to be. When I drag the spoon, there's a little bit of a path that's left behind for a second there. You can also test a little bit by just pulling some aside. Here I just grabbed a canning lid I had closed and put it on there just to see if it's the consistency that I want it to be, and it's pretty darn good. Now once your cajeta reaches the consistency you want it to be, you want to transfer it to some heat-proof jars. Just some ball canning jars works fine, but make sure you are very careful when transferring this to your canning jars because it is molten sugar and is obviously very, very hot. So I recommend using a funnel of some kind and making sure that you've got some protection on your counter underneath your jars so you're not leaving any burn marks anywhere. Allow the jars to cool completely before putting on lids and then store in the fridge. You can also spruce up your cajeta by adding a little bit of vanilla or a little bit of salt. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you stuck it out and now have a delicious batch of goat milk caramel sauce. You can always find more videos here about farming, family food, and fortitude here at our Rough and Tumble Farmhouse.